Keys Outdoors is brought to you by Muskies, Inc. Foley Bellsaw Outdoors. Jack Daniels. Great Clips. Joe's Sporting Goods. Skeeter Boat Center. Skeeter Boats. Yamaha.
Hey everybody, I'm Mike Keys, and I am proud to be Muskies, Inc.
I am Muskies, Inc.
I am Muskies, Inc.
Like I said, you'd be surprised who all is Muskies, Inc.
Honey, what are you doing? I thought you were getting your hair cut at Great Clips.
I am. Already checked in.
How?
Their sweet online check-in app. Why wait around there for a haircut when I can work on my bod here? Ooh, I got a few more minutes. And pump it and squeeze it. Ooh, smile at me.
Introducing the online check-in app from Great Clips. No more waiting around, because now we'll be waiting for you. Great Clips, it's gonna be great.
Americans. We're the creators of things born of an independent spirit. Designers of the great. Architects of the useful. Composers of the loud. Builders of the beautiful. We live in a country that lets people make things they believe in. And that's as American as, well,
Hey everybody, welcome back to Keys Outdoors. Well, it's hard to believe that 6 months has passed and we're ready for another 26 new exciting episodes of Keys Outdoors. And on this week's show, no exception. For years I've been talking with Spencer Berman of Spencer's Angling Adventures, and Spencer's been telling me about this incredible fall bite that he's been on for the past 3 years out on Lake St. Clair. We're also accompanied by Brad Rue, the inventor of the Bulldog, a great sponsor of Keys Outdoors, and his brother Brian. What an awesome fishery they have here, St. Clair. So it should be pretty exciting. Stay tuned and see what happens. Our tactic for day one was to work a long point that went out about 1.5 miles out into St. Clair. And it topped out at about 6 feet and dropped into about 30 feet. The forage of that particular body of water this time of the year, what you want to key on is the gizzard shad.
white. Yeah. Oh, my first St. Clair fish. Little guy, but you know, it's a start. First Lake St. Clair fish right there on the old pounder. I don't think we have to net this one. That was funny too, it's just kind of a tap. Just a little tap. That was it. Tap, huh? Yep. Cool. All right.
On the board.
On the board. Oh boy. Little spots on him. Huh? He's like a fawn. All right. Beautiful. Thanks, Spencer. All right. Number one. Been fishing a whole 10 minutes. This is awesome. Now they just need to grow a little bit. All right. Here we go. That's pretty cool. Nice start. Very different in this current. Yeah. That cast I kind of threw up, and I just was kind of almost doing a, you know, just jigging it back, and it wasn't a big hit. All of a sudden it was just a little tap, set the hook, and there he was. So very different. My first experience doing it, but hope to do a few more of these days, the next 3 days.
Lake St. Clair has always been notorious for a trolling bite. That's all changed now, and it's guys like Spencer that have figured out how to get those muskies to eat by casting.
He likes the
All right, buddy, what do you got? What do you got?
I don't know, but this one feels a little better than the last one. Nicer head shakes.
Brian in the back. Oh, get up front. Wow.
Grab my rod.
Oh, nice
yeah.
fish. Nice
yeah.
fish, buddy.
Oh yeah, this is a nice
fish.
one. Stay attached. Look at that thing.
Come here.
Oh, yeah!
What a hog.
Did it smoke it?
Oh.
Did you see those head wallows? Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. The whole way in it was doing that.
He was shaking all the way in.
I said when I set the hook on that one, that's a better one. Nice job, man. Sweet.
Fatty.
Look at how he's got that dog too.
Oh.
Good one, brother. He smoked it.
It's a nicer one.
Way out, too. I mean, you must only have two crates.
You see how I was fighting? Just these huge head shakes.
You can see the line go back and forth like this. You only had two cranks on.
As soon as I set the hook, I said, this is a nicer one.
Told you, gotta weed through them. Nice job, man.
Sweet, man. That was good. It's a nice one. It's unbelievable. Little head, big body. You can tell they're healthy.
He's on the shack here, huh, Spence?
Oh yeah. There's about 50 million of them in here for them to chow down on.
Heavy.
Oh my God.
Nice fat fish.
Wow. Unbelievable. Man, are they heavy, huh?
Good job, Brad.
Look at that little head on that thing.
Oh, it's a young fish.
It's a young fish.
They grow
It's
fast.
big.
They grow fast. They got some girth to them.
Sweet, man. Hammered that pounder way out, too. This cream.
UV?
Yeah. Yep, the old UV is showing up. Thank you, Miss Musky. love the quick release. That's awesome. Sweet. That's a little slime time on that one, baby.
Good job, Brad.
Closed captioning is provided by the Skeeter Boat Center.
Hey everybody, I'm Mike Keys of Keys Outdoors, here to tell you about the MX1825 Skeeter boat, powered by Yamaha. I've had a whole season now under my belt in this boat, and it is truly the ultimate 18-foot fishing boat. You're talking about deals? This is the sweetest deal on the market, and you can get this sweet deal at my good friends up at the Skeeter Boat Center, located in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. See for yourself why this boat is so impressive. This is the Revo Shad, a revolutionary new swim bait that looks and acts like the real thing. 3D lifelike finishes and 8 proven musky colors, designed to trigger predators and make them eat. Go to reactionstrike.com and learn about the Keys Outdoors Value Pack. Hey guys, buy 3 and get the 4th one free plus shipping. Go to www.reactionstrike.com. When the water temperatures hit in that mid-40s, these shad will school up in these shipping lanes. And where the shad are, that's where the muskies are as well. All right, way to go, baby.
Good job, Bo. That's a nicer one. Nice, pretty spot. Getting a little bigger. A little bit bigger. Nice, healthy looking fish. Guess that wasn't such a bad color.
Nope.
Not look bad.
Oh, there we go. Yeah! My first Lake St. Clair muskellunge. My first spotted.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. And this is one of the new UV silver Cisco Dawgs. He just got bit on. It's been a really cool bait for we've been working on, Brad's been working on, and just got eaten again. That's our 3rd fish this drift. We're about an hour into it, and it's gonna be another awesome couple days, man.
Nice fish, Brian. That's your first one?
My first one, first spotted, first Lake St. Clair. Off to a good start.
Way to go, man. Go on.
Yes!
Good job, Bo.
The Roo Boys, we got her.
All right, keep rocking and rolling.
Hit out nice, hit out far. I like that. Not right on top of the boat.
This is a pounder, guys. This is what we were throwing out there. Again, keeping the colors in a very natural, shaddy style pattern is key out there, and we just lit them up on that. Another great tool for your musky tackle arsenal is the Revo Shad. It's got the big lip on it, it's got the joints, huge profile on it. If this thing don't look like a shad in the water, I don't know what does. This is great for trolling and casting. You know, another recommended lure for this style of fishing is the new Double Dog Pounders with the reflex paint in it. I totally massacred these fish out there on Lake St. Clair on this new Pounder Double Dog. Big game twitch baits work awesome for this style of fishing. The balsa gives them a really unique wobble in the water. Again, guys, that big profile bait is what these fish are really keying in on this time of the year. Nice fish, man.
That was a cool strike. Then he just exploded right by the boat.
Oh, is that a dandy?
Go to grab his rod, grab his rod.
Grab my rod.
Easy, head shaker.
I've got to film.
Man, they love to do that head shake here. It's crazy. All right, sweet.
Nice job.
Okay, that was a little lull in between fish, but you know, we just kept working. It just kept working. It just kept working. And actually, what happened was Spencer said that the on his graph, he noticed the fish have been more on the bottom. So now, this pass through, we've been counting dogs down. I've been kind of letting mine hit the bottom, and honestly, working it really slow back. And I did the rip up next to the boat, and this fish just came up, and whoa, that was cool. Right at our feet.
Cool.
Just came up and ate it. Yeah.
Got to see the old hit.
It's a decent fish too.
Oh, that's a nice fish.
Nice fatty, man. Couldn't mess that one up.
Holy cow.
That was a cool hit.
Pretty good one.
Ain't real long, man.
What kind of dog is that? It's like glowing.
It's like glowing.
Is that one of those new UV dogs?
It's a UV dog. It's actually just a Cisco, but I did put UV in that one.
Can you get that out quick, somebody?
I'll tell you what, guys, you owe it to yourself. If you really want an awesome fishing adventure, check out Spencer's Angling Adventures. I'll tell you what, this guy is all over them. You know, it's incredible how many fish, how many big fish we put in. Holy cow.
It's just chunky.
Oh my God. What do you think so far, Dawg?
Unbelievable. That's all I gotta say. Unbelievable.
Hey, this is unbelievable.
That is insane.
Probably one of the hottest musky fisheries in North America by far. You guys owe it to yourself to get out here. This fish, another victim of the UV dog.
UV bulldog, yep.
Unbelievable. Good job, man.
Sweet.
Nice fish.
All right.
Got a bunch.
That fish just came up and smoked it.
That was so cool.
Look at the lamprey
Yeah. Look at
scars on her.
Look at the belly.
The belly,
I mean,
they're just gorging
incredible.
on shad, man. It's unbelievable, the bait that's in here. And why this makes it so unique is because of all this bait. Like Spencer and I was telling you, you find the bait, you find the muskies. It's real simple. They're here, eating, feeding, and gorging. Nice. you want to always have those fish facing into the current. If you have them the other way and their gills flare, you'll actually drown those fish, believe it or not. It's so make sure that when you're releasing proper. Put the boat into the current, put the fish's nose into the current, and your mortality rate will be a lot higher, no doubt about that. And there she goes, bro. Sweet.
There she goes. Nice. Yes.
Ah, good job, buddy. That's why I brought in from Wisconsin. I flew him in for this outing. He's like our closer in a baseball
That's right.
game.
The closer's
we bring in
here.
Mr. Roo. Thanks, man. That's awesome. I guess I've always known that I've had NCF. I just didn't realize how bad I had it. I mean, it would always come and go, but this year it's like it lingered. This is real. This isn't like restless leg syndrome. This is NCF. NCF. Then a friend told me about how he helped himself fight against NCF by just making simple changes on the way you do things can change everything. And boy, I'm glad I did.
Human beings cannot see UV light. However, fish and birds can see UV light. And there's a material that we're adding to some of our baits now that actually helps the bait reflect more ultraviolet light. So it's very natural for a fish, like a predator, like a muskie, to see UV light under the water. It makes sense to have these UV reflective material, you know, on your baits or in your product like this.
Musky Tackle Online, Big Game Tackle brings you 5 new exclusive Keys Outdoors custom colors for 2012. Exclusive MTO colors in the legendary 9-inch Big Game handcrafted Balsa Twitch baits. Can we say slime time? Oh yeah. Go to Musky Tackle Online and see why they're fast becoming #1 in online shopping. Spencer's been hammering these muskies for the past month, and we weren't going to change anything. What he found and what he was dialed in on was this long point that stretched out into Lake St. Clair. It reached out about 1.5 miles, and it would top out at 6 feet, and it would drop right into the steep and deep lanes of these shipping channels that are notorious on the Great Lakes. These schools of shad, gizzard shad, by the tens of thousands were in there. Water temps in the mid-40s, prime conditions for this. One of the key things though is, again, paying close attention to those electronics. What we noticed is that as the day progressed, the bait started to go deeper and deeper, almost to the bottom. And that's where, you know, there's a couple things that you can do. Again, a lot of your cranks aren't going to get down that far. Your dogs will, but you're gonna have to do something that's very key. And that's what we do a lot of on Keys Outdoors, especially in high sky conditions, in clear water. Count those dogs down. Let them go right to the bottom and slowly work them back. This is late fall. The water temps are in the mid-40. This isn't 70-degree water where you got to work that dog super erratic or that crankbait really fast. Slow things down a little bit. And what we've been doing is, again, the long pulls and pause. Pull, pause seems to be the key to trigger these fish into a bite. All right, buddy, what do you got? What do you got? I don't know if this one feels a little better than this one.
Dandy. Nice one! Look at that, baby!
Really did great work.
I got a first aid kit.
I'm gonna need some tape.
Well, try to keep the blood out of the boat if you could. Thanks a lot, Mike.
Not how you doing,
Oh, look
buddy?
at it. It looks like it's occurring here.
But anyway, on that pause, you know, you're letting the bait just ripping it up and just letting it kind of almost float down, and man, as soon as you pick it up, bam, there they are. It's pretty cool deal once you kind of get the feel for it. But back-to-back muskies. The other one wasn't quite this nice. This is a pretty good one. There we go. Nice fish. Jeez, she's got some strength. So probably, I don't know, mid-40, something like that, but she just creamed that bait. That was an incredible hit. Very
Good
cool.
job, man.
All right, let's let her go. Another nice heavy fish.
Gone.
There she goes. Sweet.
Nice
I
job.
love it in the cold water when they take off like that. I tell you, man, we are having a heck of a day. This is incredible fishing. Just incredible. 2 casts in a row. What more can you ask for? That was nice. They are definitely on the feed right now.
Lax Reproductions Taxidermy is the official taxidermist of Keys Outdoors. Please practice catch and release.